Hi, freshmen. How are you? I'm going to go over, if you don't remember me, I'm Miss Mannheim. I'm going to go over what you need to know for elections and kind of like a little bit more about student council in case you missed the election meeting after freshman orientation. So this file is going to be posted onto Classroom as well for your perusal. Besides, it's going to also be referenced on the form that you fill out to actually get your name on the ballots. The biggest thing with student council elections is that you need to make sure you follow the dates and the times very specifically and the regulations for your campaign materials. Okay. So you will fill out this form eventually, which will give me all the information and your student endorsements of your peers that say that they would support you if you do get elected for student council. Make sure you fill it out. That is due by Monday, August 16th at noon. So make sure you have that in or you submit it by that time. Additionally, as part of that form, you will provide your parent email, and I will then email your parents this little form that they have to fill out as well. And it has like a little video on it, and then they just need to say that they understand what you're getting into, basically, for student council. Okay, so that's the first thing you have to do. And then once you've submitted that, then you can start to campaign. So this goes over all the campaign rules. Each candidate gets 20 flyers. The flyers can be no bigger than 8 by 10, which is like the size of a normal like piece of computer paper. You absolutely can use color ink for that. You can use black and white if you want to. You can cut and paste, whatever you want to do. If you are going to create like the same exact design and then just go and copy it at like Staples 20 times, it would be great if you would go and get to the student life office across from the cafeteria and get it stamped before you copy it. But the ladies in the student life office will absolutely stamp all 20 of your flyers if you want to. That stamp will look like this. It'll say approved for bulletin boards at St. Charles North High School. But if your flyers don't have this stamp on it, then they'll be taken down by the custodial staff. So again, that's across from the cafeteria. There's an office called the Office of Student Life. The ladies in there are just as sweet as can be, and they will stamp all your materials for you. And then you can put them up. You can put them up anywhere in the building that has cinder block walls or that has a tack strip across the top. And the tack strip across the top is so you can staple into it. Or any of the bulletin boards that do not have academic content material on them. Don't ruin like the science department's bulletin boards. They'll be so upset with you. I would focus on either classrooms that you think high traffic freshmen or like the 100s and 200s, or around the freshman lockers back in the 400s because everyone goes there, like a lot of freshmen do. So, but you only get 20. Any materials over 20 can result in you getting votes removed from your total. Okay. So if you look at the calendar here, once you have election stuff materials done at noon, at 2:30 that day on Monday the 16th, you can start to put up those. If you want to stay after school and do that, you could also come early to school on the 17th. That's totally fine. But campaigning will occur on the 17th and 18th. And all materials need to be taken down by 3 p.m. on the 18th. So any materials that are left up after 3 p.m. on the 18th, then I literally have to walk around and look for them. Each material, each like single item is one vote taken away from your total. So you don't want to do that. Additionally, for social media and online campaigning, you absolutely during campaign dates, you can say vote for me. You can have like a, I guess, campaign if you want to online. You can create materials and stuff to promote yourself. But once that 3 p.m. hits on the Wednesday, all that stuff needs to be deleted off of social media, off of your accounts. And if you have friends that are saying that, make sure that they just delete it just to be sure. Now, granted, it will absolutely still like be on some people's phones because like once they look at it, it's always there. But just make sure you do your own due diligence. And if like I have to go onto your account to look and see if it was still posted, that it's deleted. Okay. And then elections will occur on the 19th and the 20th, and every single freshman will get an email that has a secure election site that they are sent to, and they can click on it and vote for who they want to at that point. Sorry that I'm saying a lot, but once they do that, you can tell people, hey, make sure you vote on the 8th and the 19th and 20th But after the 18th at 3 p.m., you can't say vote for me. So you can remind people to vote, but you can no longer say vote for me. So that's part of like the campaigning procedures. There are two different things you can run for. You can run for class representative or you can run for class president. There's one class president and then there's 12 representatives. The 12 representatives and the class president work together on the class committees, and they're in all the different committees of student council together. The class president has one additional meeting per week that they will attend called e-board. But yeah, and you can run for both too. So like if you want to run for class president, I would suggest also filling out the form for class representative so you're on both ballots. Yeah. So we also take 3, I think it is, honorary members after homecoming by application only. So there's always an option if you're not elected that you can still join student council after that. So all that stuff is on here. As far as like what student council, how much like the time commitment, because a couple of you have emailed me that. So this is like a typical August, just or like month, just so you know. So everything that's in green is like something that if you were class president, you would have to go to. You would also, everything that's in purple is like a class meeting. So we have freshman class council meetings, 6:50 a.m. every Tuesday before school in room 231. So if you're a class rep, you would go to this. The class president would also go to this. And then we meet every early release period. So that's the like when everyone else goes home early, we meet. So that anytime the calendar says ER, that says. So we have an early release meeting on the 1st of September. And then on the, we have one per month, a tutorial meeting, which we don't even know tutorial yet. I'm sorry, freshmen, it doesn't make sense. But basically once a month, we have a meeting during a class period that you'll get a field trip for. But it's on a rotation, so you will only miss that class period once per semester. So we think currently right now, we think it's going to be 6th hour on the 25th, but we'll be in touch about that one. So this looks like, so like for instance, this week you would have, if you were a class rep, you'd have 2 meetings because you go to your class meeting and then you go to your big council meeting. If you were the class president, then you would go to 3 meetings this week because you go to the e-board meeting, the class meeting, and then the big council meeting. The only meetings that are after school right now are the e-board meetings. All the rest are before school. And then eventually you would also twice a month have a committee meeting on these Fridays. The other thing that you kind of need to look at here is that we have homecoming coming up, and that's kind of a big week. So I just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. So this is October, as you can see. This is what would be like Columbus Day, Indigenous People Day weekend. And so normally everyone else has a 5-day weekend, but we're student council, so we don't. So we will be just decorating the walls in the cafeteria and the display cases throughout the building for the homecoming competitions from 3 to 6 p.m. on Friday the 8th. And that would be a requirement if you're on council. And then on Monday, the 11th, we do window painting downtown St. Charles from 3 to 6 p.m. We have a pep assembly that we plan and we do on the 12th. After school on the 13th at night, we have the co-ed volleyball competition. On the 14th, we have the small games competition at 7. And then all day Friday, pretty much, student council owns you. We like decorate golf carts all day. You don't go to school at all. We have the parade, we have the game, we decorate for the dance. And then right now, we have the homecoming dance on the 16th. So those dates are kind of there. So I just kind of want to give you a heads up. If you have any questions, you can absolutely email me at erin.manheim@d303.org. And I hope this helps.